Hey guys, welcome to the show, the Armen Mailyan YouTube channel. And I wanted to make this video because just recently, Shanique Grant has posted on her YouTube and Instagram channel that she has retired at the age of 25. She's no longer going to be competing. And this, of course, comes from on the heels of her losing her Olympia title, which is very controversial. So I wanted to make this video and kind of look over the competition itself, analyze the Olympia, comparison photos. I know that a lot of videos have been made about this, but one more wouldn't hurt. And we're going to go shot by shot and see if Shanique really truly deserved to lose this championship. Most people agree that she did not, but if we take a look each individual shot, will this change most people's minds? And the other thing we're going to talk about is her announcement and whether it was, a good or a bad decision on her part. Of course, she has the right to make her own decisions, but we're going to kind of take a look at it and see what we think about it. You in the comments, me in this video. And of course, you might have noticed I've shaved off the king stash, so look a little bit more presentable and upkept. And also got my trusty glasses on. It's scientifically proven that if I put my glasses on, I'm at least 25% smarter, which might not be needed for the comparison photos, but we are going to talk about her announcement and we might need that 25% there. So let me go ahead and get started. Let's share my screen here, and we're going to look at the comparison photos. Initially, we're going to look at um, Sarah, and Sarah's won the competition itself. She won the Olympia. She's your Olympia women's physique champ, and we're gonna take a look each shot from Shanique to Sarah. So let's take a look here. Sorry, guys, it's taking a second, but we're going to get this taken care of. We're going to look at these comparison photos. It's really a big benefit of being signed up to RX Muscle. If you're not, go ahead and sign up. Follow them on YouTube. It's a great job that Dave Palumbo and his crew are doing. These photos are taken from their website, so I just want to give a quick shout out. But here we go. So we'll basically just go ahead and start looking at these comparisons. So you have just right here, it's just a regular, standing arms out shot. It's a good picture. Legs look very, vascular. Um, Muscles are coming out. Tie-ins are great. Good positioning. Waist is slightly thick. Now, here's the difference between Shanique and literally everyone that she ever competes with. Let's look at the first photo. Now, I know these shots are not the same like as the Sarah and Shanique, but just let's look at the dimensions of the width of the waist. I mean, we don't know the numbers, but and of course in video you can really tell this, but Shanique's waist is tiny. I mean, tiny, tiny. We're talking about so tiny that she probably has a tinier waist than most figure girls. So she could easily, as far as waist parameters are concerned, could easily fit into figure. So that's something that's going to be very difficult to beat. Now, of course, we already know the outcome, right? We know she lost, but here's one point that is critical for a lot of people. It's look at the waist, look at the difference, the blockiness of Sarah's waist, and then let's look at the Shanique's waist, because that's truly a huge difference there. Now, of course, immediately you also start noticing the shoulders, right? Look at shoulders of Shanique, capped, round, full. Again, very, just pristine look right there. And I'll go ahead and say I'm a little biased, right? I wanted Shanique to win, and I'm one of those that definitely thought Sarah did not deserve to win. Nothing against her, but I just don't see how this look right here beats this look right here. That's it's uncanny. I mean, again, the waist is such a difference there. Look at the not only the waist, but then the outline of the abs. I mean, Sarah has slight outline of the abs. Now I don't know what what this is a contribution to. I don't know if this is just genetic or I don't know if she just didn't diet enough. It's dieting enough is hard to say because she is your Olympia champ, but I don't know what this would equate to because her legs are lean and ripped and her arms are lean and ripped, but that midsection just doesn't seem very it's not popping out, not like Shanique's. And I mean, look, we'll go through these photos, and even at her like best ab shots right here, like still like not nothing. I mean, really flat abs, no grooves in them. These are some back poses. We're gonna talk about them later. So no grooves in them, nothing. And then you go to Shanique, and bam, immediately full thick grooved in abs immediately, just that's coming right at you. Arms, looking big, full, statuesque. Legs, extremely vascular. Tie-ins are much better than Sarah's. I mean, you look at Sarah's tie-ins, yeah, they're good. They're not bad. I mean, you don't get to the level that she's at without being good. And again, guys, keep in mind that what I'm trying to say here is not that Sarah was terrible. She wasn't. She was great. She was probably better than everybody else, but not better than Shanique. I mean, look at the difference. Look at the difference in the legs. So we'll get some more different shots, and this is kind of the shots here that are going to come up that are going to be real a telltale sign of the difference between Shanique and and Sarah. Like, and you can even tell, like in Shanique's face, right? Like, if you look at her face, like her face looks like extremely sunken in. She's been dieting hard. Sarah's face, not very much, not very much. Could this have contributed to to what we're seeing in the abs here? Maybe definitely a possibility, right? And you look at Shanique's face; her face does not look like this. 2 weeks before the competition. I mean, or maybe even a month before. Like this is a very sunken in face. You can tell the eyes. I mean, she's really lean here, extremely lean. I mean, so this is hard to get to. This is suffering right here. This is true suffering. So then we go to the back shots, right? And this is a freaky shot. Like, I mean, look at this right here. Look at the separation that she has in her back. Everything is detailed, everything is popping, posing is perfect. I mean, that's a sick shot. Also with the hamstrings coming in, the tie-ins from the hamstrings. I mean, that is a sick shot. Then we'll go ahead and look at Sarah's back shots right here, right? So good, good, right? Like it's not bad. That's a good shot. That's a good shot, a good, muscle definition, but such a contrast though between this and this. Just so much difference. I mean, I wish I could, put them side by side. But I'll just switch back and forth. I mean, if you look from here and then I click on this and boom, and there's such a difference. That's like a female Ronnie Coleman back right there, like the female version of a Ronnie Coleman back, and Ronnie never lost on his back, So that's tells you something. And again, how does a physique like this lose, right? Like, how does a back like this lose? I'm puzzled, like many of you are. So again, we're going to back shots again. So here we go, some hamstring tie-ins. Now this is the shot that kind of, how can I put this, clinched it for me. When I saw this shot right here, this is ridiculous. Like this is a ridiculous, crazy, freaky, just hard to even describe shot. I mean, look at the quads, and I mean everything is popping, like, or up the leg. The abs are just crunched in, sunken in. Waist is tiny. I mean, everything. The lats are. You can see the lats from the front here. I mean, the tricep, biceps right here on the on the right bicep. You can see it popping out with the vein, and on the left as well here. And I know that's not what this shot is created to show, but I mean, the fact that you can see Shanique's Shanique's bicep on this shot is insane. Insane. And again, how does a physique like this lose? It's hard to even imagine. I mean, look at this. Look at this shot. This is like this is the kind of shot that you have in your, on your wall. Like, this is to motivate you to be better. Like, this is incredible. This is insane. So I really could go on and on about how crazy this looks, but and the fact that this shot, this woman can lose the Olympia is insane to me. But here we go. So hands on hip. Again, look at the quads, the thickness of the quads. So we'll go to Sarah. So here we go. We'll go back and forth between the similar shots. So here's a again, the over the head, arms over the head, crunch down on the abs. See a little bit of that, but this is extreme flexing right here. This is what her abs look like, extreme flexing. And this is Shanique's abs right here. I mean, unreal. Unreal. Switching the legs right here between the right and the left. Exact legs look symmetrical. Everything looks perfect. Looks like she was carved out of a statue. And Sarah, good, no doubt, good, but not great. I mean, not better than Shanique's. Let me put it that way. Great, but not better than Shanique's. I mean, if Shanique is great, this is good. If Shanique is spectacular, this is great. She's significantly under Shanique's physique, and again, legs not as big, not as full, not as vascular. The quads are not popping out as much as Shanique's. The abs not as grooved in. Face doesn't look sunken in, so could be something like that. This bicep has really showed well on this, on this pose, but again, it's just not enough to beat Shanique. Yeah. So here we go. So that's the way the pictures are set up. It's not, exactly the same, but again, just some more shots from Shanique. Just incredible. Again, very hard. This is the only back shot I think that we see from Shanique. But well, here's another one, and this one right here. But again, every shot, again, freaky shot right here. But every shot is incredible. And then you have Sarah also really good shot here, but not, hard to beat Shanique. Hard for anybody to say this, and some of the judges did. So that's the controversy with the whole situation there. And honestly, it's a shame. I mean, it's a shame that a physique like that loses. I mean, you think about Ronnie. Ronnie won 8 Olympias until his body was no longer able to look the way it needed to look, in order for him to continue winning the way he has in dominant fashion. Shanique is in the prime. She's in her prime. She is, she was, I mean, this is a 25-year-old, fresh, muscular, Ronnie-esque, the female version, again, as I said, Ronnie-esque kind of physique. And for this physique to lose mid stride, mid career, on the biggest stage is a travesty. It really is. This is a travesty. This is the kind of stuff that makes you not want to compete. So this actually kind of leads us to the next thing, right? So to the next point, which was that Shanique announced that she is no longer going to be competing, and here's her Instagram. The announcement came through that she is not going to be competing. On this post, it doesn't say that, but when you go to YouTube video, she says that there's several things that she wanted to kind of take care of medically. Her arm needed another surgery. Her eye, which was a huge problem with her vision, and during the pre-2017 Olympia. So she does have some medical health conditions that are keeping her hurt and struggling during the prep and during the off season, and she's pounding weights constantly. So it's tough on a physique that's already struggling medically. So I mean, that's understandable. Here's a shot from her Instagram where I believe, let me see, 29. So this is 1 year difference. Look at the amazing transformation of how much muscle she was able to put on in 1 year difference. And then look at the waist. This is what I'm talking about, guys. She added this much muscle and her waist didn't even change at all. At all. Same exact waist. Her abs got better, but waist stayed the same. Incredible, incredible. So, anyways, so she announced that was it on the heels of her loss. Hard to Let me go ahead and stop sharing the screen. So it's hard to take that for me personally, because I feel like she could have had like 8, 9 more wins at least. However, as she said in her retirement post, that it looks like the Olympia, the IFBB is taking a different look for the women's physique um, division. Now, I mean, please, guys, tell me what that different look is, because put down in the comments what kind of look you think that IFBB is looking for. Because let's be honest, if there's a look that they're looking for that's different from Shanique's, and it's a worse look, there's nobody looks better than her. So even the champ now. So whatever look they're going for, I'm not sure what it is. Maybe you guys know. Please put a comment down there. But yeah, that's crazy to me. And I do feel like she probably does feel slighted. I would. I mean, if I was her, I would definitely feel slighted about what happened. I mean, if I look like that and the person that beat me looked, you know, a lot worse than I did and I lost, I mean, that would be very troubling on the biggest stage, of the IBB, season. And what's interesting is they set Shanique up for being a champ for many years. I mean, the way she looked, the way everyone was talking about it, the way that she dominated, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, she loses. Very strange decision, very strange. Just all of it very strange. And it's so strange that the all of the Olympia went on smooth, right? Like every other division, it looks like everyone who deserved to win won. And but this one was so weird, so just just odd, and to say the least, right? Like it's really a tragedy. I mean, is what it is. But truly what it is, it's a tragedy. The only reason it's not a tragedy for me, because I wasn't there in Shanique's place. But if you are her, this is a terrible situation. This is a terrible way to end your career. I mean, we don't know. She might have already had plans for this to be the last Olympia that she did. And now with the way things went, there's no reason for her to even attempt to come back. So um yeah, it's tough. It's a tough situation to be in. I personally think that if her medical concerns and her health is truly as bad as she says they are, um, then if I were her, I would go ahead and retire like she did, because honestly, bodybuilding is here and gone. And then your health is extremely important. You don't want to be, if she's 25 and she's experiencing these kind of serious issues, that's, that's a problem. It's one thing if people are experiencing this at 45, at 55, and then they retire. If you're experiencing it at 25, you need to take care of that before worrying about, competing. And she said, hey, she has such a great following, a huge following. People love her. So she can definitely do a lot more off the stage, probably even more off the stage than she can um, on the stage. You can look at people like Daylin Bailey, right? Daylin won the first ever Miss Olympia for women's physique, and she's doing great and never stepped on stage again. So, that's something to be said about that. All right, guys. Well, tell me what you think about this video. Tell me if you want to see more. Let me know if there's topics that you want me to discuss. I'm going to be doing a lot more of these types of videos about fitness industry, and any kind of athletics that, either I find interesting or you guys want me to talk about. So again, thanks for watching. Take care.